Hello. The lady I'm going to introduce to you today has been a friend of mine for many, many years. I actually would see myself as her apprentice. She has sewed a lot into my life over the years and I love her dearly. So I introduce her to you today, Doris Matthews. You're so welcome to share with us today, Doris, and we're looking forward to what you have to say.
It is a privilege to be able to share with you today really what the Lord has been sharing with me, not just in the last day or two, but over the last few years. And it's very important for us to realise that God speaks to us. How else are we going to know what direction to go in and what we're to do and how we're to behave? And the Word of God is not just for me, not just for Jackie, it's not just for the church, it's for everybody. And if you are interested in finding out how to do things, what way to react, and really just if you need guidance on what path you're to take, the Word of God is for you. And it's here and it's open and we have it freely. And that's another thing we need to be giving thanks for. And even this morning, I had read in 1 Peter 4, verses 9 to 11, and particularly verse 11, if anyone speaks, he should do it as one speaking the very words of God. If anyone serves, he should do it with the strength God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To him be the glory and power forever. And so it's the praise to Jesus that we're wanting this morning. It's not that he speaks to me more than you, and you can be encouraged as well this morning, I hope. The words that God speaks to me aren't necessarily the ones that he'll speak to you. But as a child, I was brought up with the Bible in our home, and it was taught to us. We had notes, we had Bible notes, we were encouraged to read it. Now, it was more out of duty in those early days than it would be today. And in our own family, we had daily morning devotions to encourage our children, and in turn, they're encouraging their children, our grandchildren too, that the Bible is an important part of their lives. But now, to me, it's a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. God is personal, and he knows our situation, and he loves us. And we sometimes need to be corrected as well. So some of the scriptures I just want to share with you that the Lord has spoken to me in times past. And really the very first time I think I realised that God was a personal God and interested in every detail of my life was when we were in Africa and our little daughter had gone to heaven the night before, and my first reaction was I want to go home, but yet I didn't want that to be just a quick personal reaction. And the Bible had been left open and it was quite miraculous. I went to look at it and the verse was in 1 Samuel 2, verse 11, but it was in the Living Bible. And it said, and they went home, and the child became the Lord's helper. And that was referring to Samuel. So we knew without a doubt that we were to go home. And so we did. And the Lord has led us in different ways when we came home. Now, the fact that Katie had been drowned before she died, she'd been drowned, that was how she died. I knew that when I looked even in a bath or a pool or whatever, that I was reminded of that situation, and I knew that I couldn't live my life with that fear in my mind. I was going to have to teach my other children to swim, I was going to have to bath them, I was going to have to see water. So I said, Lord, you'll have to show me what to do. So he took me to Psalm 34, verse 4. I sought the Lord and he answered me, and he delivered me from all my fears. So I simply said to the Lord, Lord, you just have to remove that fear, please. And he did. And it's as simple as that. Now, you can be tempted again to go back on these, but you have the Word of God, like Jesus when he was tempted in the desert, he used the Word of God to counteract the devil. So you can just say, go away, I have been delivered, as it says in Psalm 34, from all my fears. And that is so important. Now, there's a verse that I often would give. It's a very dear verse to me that I would often share with young people going off to university or going to a new job or whatever. And it's in Psalm 119, verse 9. How can a young man keep his way pure? By living according to your word. And now you can't live according to the word if you don't know the word. So it's encouraging young people, particularly when they're setting off on a new venture, or anybody setting off on a new venture, to really get into the word. You've got to know it, and you've got to read it and get instruction from it. You can't just open it and stick your finger in and hope that some miracle will occur, because it doesn't work that way. We have to be actually reading it and find out where we're going. Now, another chapter in my life was when I got married and had some children, and I had wondered, should I keep my career going? I had a very involving career. I'd been a theatre nurse in the Royal, and we'd been involved in the start of an open heart surgery, and it was a very exciting job, and I really loved it. But I realised that I had to find out from God, was I to continue to do this or was I not? And he just took me to Titus 2, verse 5. To be self-controlled and pure, and to be busy at home, to be kind and to be subject to their husbands, so that no one will malign the word of God. And it was the busy at home bit that really struck me. So I realised, and yes, it wasn't easy, because I was quite happy in my job, but that's what the Lord instructed me to, and so therefore he gave me the strength to do it, and that is what I did. So these are just some of the scriptures that God has shared with me over the years, and there are many, many more. Now, these are not for you. You will get your own scriptures, but you have to look into the Word of God to find them. Thanks for listening.